What actually really draws you to your portrait subjects?
Well, first, I think that portraiture has always been the flagship of figurative painting. Really, it's a central aspect of the tradition of painting. Really, personally, I'm fascinated by the human condition in all its complexity, and so for me, it's really interesting to have time with one person, to be able to talk to them or not talk to them, but just sort of try and get to know what's going on a little bit, and that comes through in the various sittings. I hope that's why I have quite a string of sittings when I do it.
You generally have
a portrait.
Quite a few sittings before you actually.
Oh yeah. Because first of all, I only work from life, as opposed to copying photographs. And
you don't work from photographs.
I don't work from photographs.
It's unusual.
I think it is unusual, actually. For me, it's a sine qua non of painting. I think you have to have that interaction, and you have to have the atmosphere of the person while you're working on the portrait. And he only said to me once, if people work from photographs, that it's just a job. And that's a rather succinct way of putting it, I think. But at the same time, everyone can do what they want. Obviously. And I think a healthy thing about these times is that everyone can do what they want.
Do you ever find yourself seeing something about the subject that maybe they didn't necessarily expect? They were surprised when they actually see their portrait. The difference between how they see themselves and how you've captured them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in a way that relates to what we were saying just now, because people are used to photographs, and that's of it's a certain kind of image of someone, firstly, and secondly, when you're painting. A portrait is by definition, a subjective thing. You are painting, in a way, the third person, created by the interchange of personalities. You're not just making an objective tracing, as it were. And so, although my work is quite realistic, and so perhaps people don't expect that there is, although subtly woven into the image, there is that subjective aspect. So yeah, you get, of course, every sort of reaction.
Well, all your images also have this beautiful polish to them. I'm always slightly surprised when I see them in reality that they're smaller than I expect, because there is this refinement to and complexity to the image that I just immediately assume it's a bigger image. And I notice that you do beautiful still lifes. You seem to really enjoy the still life medium. And what draws you to how you put together objects, or?
I've got all sorts of things around the room, and something will start to whisper, I suppose. And so then you think about it, and then you look for certain music. But I also like to have things that resonate. They're not just sort of jugs and things, but actually have a little more resonance of some unconscious, not quite symbolism, but resonance, really. So I use masks a lot, and symbols of illusion I use a lot. Masks and mirrors and puppets, and because I like the idea that I suppose painting is the pursuit of truth by means of an illusion. And so those things creep in as a sort of idea of that, really. There's hopefully a dialogue in with not only the imagery, but also the, I don't know, composition and the layers in a picture.
What are you working on now? Is it a particular series? Are you still working through?
Well, I tend to work, in quite a few parallel things at once. I'm working on various compositions with a model, and I've got a few other little paintings that I'm actually another painting of the key something, but a different version, and a few things. I've got lots of always too many ideas to.
So we can look forward to a variety of genres and subjects and objects when we show your work in a solo show.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, we're really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so am I. It'd be
Very exciting.
interesting. It's always interesting to see a collection of one's work